Okay. Uh, Good evening, everyone. Uh, I'm SC, and I'll be taking us through week 5, which is the AI workshop series. For the AI workshop series, so for week 3, we'll be building an engineering first chatbot. Okay, so we'll start with what chatbots are, then we'll talk about the difference between chatbots, AI agents, and generative AI, because it's important to know the difference between them. Or otherwise, you can get confused as to which is which. Okay, because some people often confuse the meanings of these three different concepts. Then we'll talk about how chatbots work. Okay, the principle behind them, and then we'll talk about some no-code chatbot tools. Okay, and then how to select them, why you would select it for a particular engineering task, and then we would actually work on the workshop aspect of this entire thing, and then we'll go online and then we'll use a couple of chatbots. So we'll create different chatbots, but we'll use different websites. Okay, there are different kinds of uh, no-code chatbot tools. So we'll pick a couple of them and then we'll just work on them. Okay, they are intuitive. So once you know how to use one, you can use the rest actually. Yeah. So we just use one, then we'll use another one, and then you see how closely related to each other they are. So a chatbot is a software application designed to simulate. We all know about ChatGPT and some other different kinds of generative AI. More than just a generative AI, it's a chatbot as well. So it falls under of chatbot. Yeah, Claude, Gemini, all these ones. They because the generative AI will just generate text images from data that has been given to it, has been trained on data, then it generates this text. But then with a chat that interacts with you, okay. So it is sometimes with you, okay, to comment, recommending on some things you are doing, all these things. Okay, they are just trying to simulate conversations with human users. Okay, so that's just it being nice. That interactive session you have with ChatGPT, that is the chatbot version of it. And then the generative AI aspect is when you ask it a question and it gives you the it generates the answer or the image to you. That's the generative AI aspect. That's why it's both a chatbot and a generative AI. But I will just look at chatbots. But even with that one, chatbots serve a purpose. They can also give information. So we'll create but then the main thing is you want it to perform a specific task and the AI powered. Okay. So for the Ruby, they are the automated systems, okay, and they operate already being set down for them. Okay. So others. So an example can include the menu support bots. So on the right, a rule-based chatbot. Okay. Now you can see from the top, hi, this is because it was trained on something specific and not different things. So yeah, now you see, great. Get started. Would you like carry out or delivery? Then delivery or carry out. Then you just pick one. Okay. So that's rule based. So that's just what makes that advanced. It's not that complex. It's just simple. So for as simple as that. Okay. So that's just the rule based. Okay. And it can just be quickly. It's not like ChatGPT. It doesn't adapt at all. You tell it to do something, to just do it. Okay. If you twist the question, it doesn't know what to do because they've given it specific of data and then you teach it to adapt. Okay, so when you give it an input, that's not similar to something it has seen before. It adapts, okay, it learns and then it just keeps evolving. Okay, but then that it has to generate the correct answer for you. Okay, something reasonable. And that's why we see it over there, ChatGPT, and then we have Google Bard as well. So these are different kinds. Okay, all these generative AI, perplexity, all these things, they are AI powered chatbots. Okay, they are not rule based. Rule based is simple, like you've told it to do this, just do that for me. It's like it's direct. But then AI already asked. So they are usually more preferred. But then rule based for the menu, sorry. So you wouldn't use with so much uh, effort, attention, and even money on design. Let's use that one. Then you move on. Okay, so now let's differentiate between the chatbots, AI agents, and generative AI. So I've mentioned chatbot, I mentioned generative AI. Okay, so you have to know the difference. And also with AI agents. Now, I think you treat AI agents in the last week, but then I just want you to know the difference between all of them before we proceed. Okay. So, conversation to complete us, as we've already spoken of. So, we have WhatsApp bot, ChatGPT interface, the ChatGPT interface. ChatGPT is also a chatbot, right? Yes. And then we have WhatsApp bot. There are bots on WhatsApp, like Chatflow is a form of is a way of building a chatbot. But that one you can connect it to WhatsApp, Instagram, Facebook. Okay. Then you can communicate with it on WhatsApp. So it will be texting you over there. So we won't look into that one, but then it's just something I'm citing to you. So when you're done, I think I'll mention it later on so you see how it is. My chat fuel, okay. So you can do research on it if in case you just want to use it. And then we have AI agents. Okay, they perceive, reason, and act in an environment. Example is Siri. Okay, self-driving cars like the in Tesla. You see the cars controlling uh, you see the software controlling the car. Okay, these they perform more complex tasks. So if it's controlling a car, you see another car coming, you should be able to perceive, no, I have to go right, go left, slow down, speed, all these things. Okay, they perform more, they are more complex than the chatbots and the generative AIs. Now we see that generative AI produces new content, text, images, so on. Okay, videos, even. Okay, so they just generate. It's in the name. They generate. Okay, so that's why ChatGPT is bad. ChatGPT generates, but then you see, maybe it started out as something that just generates, but then they added this, they gave it the ability to um, engage you in conversation, ask you how you are, all these things. Okay, yes, so they are all part of it, like the meta AI we see and all these things. Okay, they do more than just generate, they interact with you. That's what makes them both generate. They have that way, GitHub Copilot. They are all examples of generative AIs. So you see that ChatGPT has what's the name? The GPT inside. Okay, then so all these they are used mainly for the for generating, but then it has its chatbot aspect of it. Okay, so how do So how do chatbots work behind the scenes? Input processing. Then the text is post. That means you convert it to tokens, and the tokens are the methods with which systems can, let's say, process the data you're giving. So you give it the data maybe in text form, you can convert it to maybe numbers or something like that in a way that it can understand. Okay, because the computers don't process things the way we process them. So you have to give it to it in a way that it can process it to convert it to tokens for it. Then you clean the data, make sure that everything is in order. So that's can type like it also speak. Okay. Uh, what do you do? Understand intent. Okay, so rule based keyword matching. Okay, you need to understand exactly what it is. You have to match the keywords exactly. That's why they sometimes they don't even give you a wide range. They will give okay either yes or no. For the AI based, they can predict. Okay, so you can give it, let's say, a different answer, maybe all right, and then it can acknowledge the fact that all right signifies yes in a way, so it knows. Okay, but I will say that yes. So that's how they. So first you give it the data, then it understands what you are trying to tell it. Then the response it generates a response. So from a fixed script, that's for the rule based. It will give you something fixed, something that already exists. So if you say yes, then it means the order is being processed, and then you can tell it something else. Okay, it can be generated dynamically. So that's why sometimes ChatGPT you can give it different things and then it will be also modifying it for you. Okay, so it doesn't give it to you exactly as you asked for it, right? Sometimes too, it depends on your tone, as was discussed last week. And different factors also go into how it gives you the responses. And then you should know that you will not always get the exact response. Maybe you can even give it the exact prompt, but then you might not also get the exact prompt, response because of how dynamic it is. Now, output response. So the message is displayed to you so that you can see. So that's just the basic principle of how chatbots work behind the scenes. Okay. So you'll create one and then you see how the interface is. So why use no code chatbot tools? So no programming knowledge required. Now I know some of you might be in level 100, some of you too, you don't like coding generally, which is fine. Uh, yeah. So these days, a lot of people are creating no code tools, a lot of them. They are all around. So you can use no code tools to create websites, apps, all these things. So chatbots are no different. So you can choose not to program and then just use chatbots. Okay. Um, Fast development. Yeah, it's faster because coding it takes time, of course. But then these chatbots, you will see you will use like 5 minutes tops, and then you see that we'll just create it and then you use it will be very simple, and then you can even use it for anything you want to do. Right. Then good for prototyping AI ideas. Um, okay, so yeah, so you can just use it to generate different ideas. It is sometimes coding is a bit difficult to manipulate it, especially if you are not that good, or maybe if you are starting or something like that. But then with these ones, you can easily do it. Now, some of them you can also customize, but usually the customizable ones they require some kind sort of subscription. Okay, but then for a student, maybe you will not want to subscribe, but then that one is not really it's not really essential for what you want to do. All you want is the knowledge, right? For it to help you, guide you in your projects and the tasks you're trying to perform. Okay, how nice it is doesn't always, yeah, it doesn't always count, especially if you are just using it for yourself. Great for student projects and or early startups. So some people use these chatbots for business startups. Okay, they want to make a startup, so they create a chatbot so that the chatbot can guide them in what they are doing. Because the chatbot is exactly what you are doing. So you have to be storing that along the line like that. Okay, and then if you want to work on a single project, you create a chatbot just for that project. So when you are done with the project, means you can just drop the chatbot somewhere because you are done with the project, right? And the chatbot will just keep following because all he knows is his whole focus is the project. Okay. And with ChatGPT, see you give a different inputs, different things. Sometimes it can even get confused. Sometimes to when your storage is up, it will just wipe itself out. Yeah. If you've used it that long, you see that ChatGPT will just erase itself. I don't know how many of you have experienced that, but if you use it that long, it happens. I don't know if they've changed it the way they used to do that or something. Use case examples. So yeah, project they can explain the project to you, circuit troubleshooting helper, and then final year topic suggestion. Okay. So some examples of the no-code chatbot brothers. We have the Chatbase, the Pool, Botpress, Simplified.ai, and Chatflow. So the Chatflow is the one I talked about, right? About the you can connect it to WhatsApp. Yeah, there are other ones too as well. But Chatflow was actually the original one. In the past, Chatflow was mostly used. I think possibly it's like maybe the ChatGPT of our time for chatbots. Yeah, I think in the past, yeah. So some time ago, Chatflow was what was many used for chatbots. People used it a lot. Okay. Maybe it was not the original one, but then people use Chatflow a lot. I think recently people have been changing to things like Simplify.ai. Because Simplify.ai is actually is very nice. It can do multiple tasks, more than just one. Okay. So personally, I say Simplify.ai is one of the best because I won't say exactly the best, but then it's one of them because it's actually a lot put into one. It can do a lot of what maybe pool, bot press, chat piece. It can do a lot of what they can do. Okay, it can do a lot. So you when we see you even see the interface, you see all the functions it can do. We focus on the chatbot area, but then you see that it can do a lot of other things other than just create a chatbot. So simplify it pretty good. It's a nice tool. Then Chatbase. So we use Chatbase and simplify the AI for the workshop. Use these two, yeah. So you don't need to pay or then we'll just create the website. So try and get a piece. I think you can also use your phone. Yeah. So you can also use your phone, but as to how you follow with the YouTube, yeah, I think that would be the consent. So if you have your PC, you should try and turn it on so that when you get there, you can easily follow. But you can also just watch. Okay, it's simple. So if you just see me doing it later on, you can go and try it on your own and you'll be able to do it. Yeah, so Poe is also used for calculations a lot. If you've used Poe before, you can see that generally Poe is very good in calculations. Okay, if you are doing fluid mechanics or something like that. I remember fluid mechanics, I used to use Poe sometimes just to give me the answers, then I'll calculate and I'll check on pen, I'll be like, yeah, wow. So Poe is actually very good with regard to the calculations. See, at the time, ChatGPT was not calculations at all. Yeah, it's recently that ChatGPT has become good in it, but before then, before that time, it was pulled out actually very good in calculation. So I used to use it, but then since ChatGPT I'm good, I don't really go to pull anymore. But then you can use it too. Okay. Uh, and Botpress is mainly for writing and I mean, yeah, lab reports, these kinds of things. They help. Yeah. Um, So no code. So let's explain some of them. Chatbase. So you can upload documents. Okay. That's how you train it. You upload a document. Let's say a lab. Let's say you are doing basic electronics. The lab work they give you, lab one. You can upload it. So I'll do it for you to see. You upload the lab one and then you ask the questions about the lab one. How do I go about writing the lab report? Explain the lab work to me, stuff like that. Yeah, to explain it to you very nicely and then to show you how to write the lab report, everything like that. So it's best for engineering manuals, lab assistant. Yeah. So pull to pre-built GPT bots, quick to set up, yeah, and zero configuration. So formula helpers can help with formulas, calculations, explain concepts to you as well. Uh, Botpress, visual flow editor, logic blocks, and then multilingual support. And I know that is AI, okay, it's not perfect, so it will make mistakes. So when I say Poe is very good in calculations and that stuff, don't assume that whenever I give it a question, it will be correct. Okay, the answer it gives you will be correct. Sometimes it will make mistakes. Okay, so you just have to compare. Sometimes you can compare with different AIs and they'll give you the same thing. So you'll be like it's correct, but it's actually wrong. Yeah, some of them, sometimes the AIs, I don't know. And it happens. Yeah, sometimes I've done it, I've tried it, and I gave it different prompts directed at the same question. Huh. And then they all gave me the same answer. But then in reality, that was actually a wrong answer. Right. So sometimes it's not even them. It's the data they extract. Okay, sometimes the data is not as clean as you may expect it to be. Okay, they have been trained on data, so it's just their job to produce that. Yeah. So Botpress, interactive project guides, decision trees. Okay, so it can guide you in your project, whatever you want to do. Uh, Simplify the data. Yeah. So AI writing, document summarizer, chatbot builder. So if you want to do a startup company or something, this you can use simplify the AI. You can use a lot of these chatbots and you just start it up. It will keep going with you. Okay. Uh, so why should you use the no code chatbot tools? Okay. So when you're using it, you can just ask yourself, is there an engineering problem? Is this something you want to solve? Right? Then you can just decide, okay, let me build a chatbot to guide me in this task. Okay. Then you have to consider the people who use it. Okay, so this is where the selection comes in. You consider the people who use it, why you want to use it, what do you want to use it for? Okay, then what kind of information you want to be on it. Okay. All these things are factors you have to consider because if you omit some things, you can make it about created for a completely different purpose, and then in the end, you would blame the chatbot, but then maybe the mistake came from your side. So examples you can build are the circuit debugger, the lab assistant, okay, to guide you in your lab reports, to explain the labs for you. Then engineering formula bots, okay, pool and other stuff like that. And your final year project can help you make suggestions for some ideas. Okay, final year projects, sometimes the struggle comes from ideas, but then I think sometimes they get you projects that already exist. You can't use those ones to go to the lecture. I'll be like, so you need to be careful. As I said, they are not perfect, but they are better than how we used to do. How we used to do manually is not easy. Okay, it's a lot, but then like this is a bit easier. Then yeah, so we'll build with Chatbase. Okay, so we'll just go to so right now you can even go there if you have a PC or something like just go chatbase.com and then you just start chatbase.com. You just type it in, then you create an account. Okay, so I'll use an account. I think I'm not. Then I'll create a PC, chat base, and then with simplify. So try with the lab manual, as I said before. Okay, then we'll ask questions and then see. Then when we are done, you can go. And then there's a limit to, so you use it. And then when you are done, you can be using inputting your slides, the way you upload your slides, and then just be asking them questions. So you might ask, I have ChatGPT. It's understand. Sometimes specifying the taxes are constantly confused. The shop was to and just keep getting okay. Just do it and control. So you can also share down with your friends. Some you create a chatbot, then you train the chatbot, right? Then you share with your friends, okay, be using it, okay, on something specific. So you have to make sure when you're training, you use clear documents, okay, no prompts, nothing like that, okay. Or yeah, just training with good ones. Use proper prompts. Okay, you did prompts in the last week, so I think now you give prompts that are not too bad. At least it should be better. Okay, you watch your tone and everything, the way you give it the prompts, the examples too. Then you make sure you don't overload the unnecessary data. Sometimes when you are typing something to ChatGPT, you give it too much or too little. Give it the data that's necessary. Okay, no unnecessary stuff. And to figure things out from there. Keep experimenting with the chat based simplify AI. You can also explore other forms of AI and then just keep training with your course materials and other stuff. And I think when you get better at it, you would want to also keep pursuing it. So I think yeah, that's the end of the presentation. So now I'm going to go back so that we can go and explore and see how to use the simplified and then the chat base. So we'll start with the chat base and then I think we can. So, So let me just show you what it's there. So now you can just type. So let's start with Chatbase. So it will come like this, and then we just okay. Um, I think yeah, something's okay. So, I think, yeah. So you can sign up. Okay. Okay, I think you're supposed to input. So I'm just use Google. Yeah. Continue. So when it comes like this, you just get started. Okay, it's as I said, intuitive, very simple. Okay, all of them are like that. So new AI agent, you just press on this, and there's what you have. Okay, now practically, basically, you've created it. You created your AI agent. Okay, so you can just name it, and then you manipulate it however way you like. Okay, you have files, text, websites. Yeah, you can more than you can connect your chatbots to a website. So you see the ESAD learning platform. There is an AI there. Yeah, I think it's a chatbot, maybe a chatbot and a generative AI. Yeah. So I think maybe the same way. I don't know how they did that one, but then it's something similar. Okay, you can just incorporate it into a website. So if you create a chatbot over here, you can put it into a website. Okay, so that you can just easily, yeah. So you create a website and just put it inside. So it's not so difficult. They are all very easy to use. Okay, you are all so, mm, thanks. Notion is a communication platform. It's like Slack or Discord. Okay, for those of you who don't know what that Slack or Discord are, not like Telegram or WhatsApp, but they're not like a WhatsApp community where different you can join different groups. Yes, and then or rather than the Notion, usually it's just a group. You create a Notion account, then you can create a workspace and then just a group. And then just you guys will just be interacting in the group. So maybe you are working on a project, then you be interacting over there. Okay, that's how it is. So you can create it then. The entire group can be using the chatbot you have created. Okay. That's the way it works. So let's talk about the files. Okay, so with the files, you can just upload something. Okay, so we have 0 bytes of total size 400 kilobytes. You see, it's very small. I think the simplified AI gives us 2 megabytes. But then one thing you should know about this thing is you can only use one. You can only create one chatbot at a time, unless you pay for more. You subscribe. That's when you can like use more than one chatbot, get extra space. But if you want to just use another one, you have to pay for more. So and that's the only way you can do it. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's it. So just pay for more if you want to use it for more. But then you one thing I would suggest is that if you use it for one task and you're done, you can delete that, you know, delete it and then recreate another one. Okay, that's how it works. So I think yeah, it works for like chat-based and simplified AI. So I think the rest too, and I read for them. Yeah, it works for the rest too. So that's it. So now you can just upload when you just click there. So I just click here. You just so what do you upload? To level 100 basic electronics is the lab work. Okay, so this is yeah, this is the lab. So this is the lab manual they give to us. So you can just open it here. Now to just upload. Okay, now it's done. That's uploaded, right? So it's part of the sources. So what do you do now? You can just create the agent. And now, if you create an agent without a source and you ask it to explain a lab manual to it won't know which lab manual you're talking about. But because you've uploaded a lab manual there, it knows exactly what you're talking about, right? So you can just ask it. So you just come there, just this is a interface. So this is a playground where you can play around with it. You can ask it questions. I'll show you how to open it, share it to your friends, and yeah, when you're done testing it out. So you can send out the logs of all the chats you make. So anything you ask it, all this is you can send it out. It's just some analytics. So you have to pay. So it's not but then you can just use it one at a time. But there are some things you can do with it. But then some of them you have to pay. I think the sources you can upload more. You can upload more documents, okay, but then you have to be careful about uploading more documents. Sometimes it gets confused. You see, it's not that advanced. As I said, it's just a normal chatbot. So and it's chat based too. Okay, chat based is very it's also not as advanced as we think it to be. So if you upload more than one and you try to ask different questions, it might not give you the exact thing you want. Okay. But then be good with your prompts. Refine your prompt tool, and I think you can give you something. And it's possible you can upload, but just make sure you don't exceed the 400 kilobytes limit they've given you over there. Yeah, so change that. So, yeah, I think I'm ready for the network works. I think it's down. But I don't know why they're not allowing me to start. It's odd. Okay, so let's wait for the playground to come around. Then we can actually play around over here. So we'll just ask it some questions, some basic the what it think on the lab week. My face will interact with it and just go you can. And I'll show you very interested about it. Although you've uploaded a source, it doesn't mean that that is the only thing you can do. So that's so you can just say, hey, and then, yeah, today, right? Let's just say thanks to give us something. Uh, yeah, so this is the name right now. We'll change the name, I think. Settings, yeah, the name. I'm here and ready to help you. What do you need assistance with? Let me see. Change the name to be nicer. Yeah. So this when you go to settings up here, you can change the name. Okay. Now the size is 2 kilobyte because that's the size of what you uploaded. So this is the name, what you uploaded. You can change it to so you can change it to lab assistant. Lab assistant. Yeah. Uh, okay. If it finishes saving it to reflect. Okay, so for now let's just keep it already. I think we've lost what we did earlier. But then don't think it's all gone. You can still, as I said, you can go and check for what you've already done. Okay. So hi. Okay. How are you? Yeah, I'm just a program that I'm ready to assist you. So assistance with you. I need help in the lab report. Of course, I'd be happy to help you with your lab report. If it's providing more details, what specific aspects you need assistance with. For example, are you looking for help with calculations, observations, or formatting? Okay, so explain the entire lab report. Okay, yeah, so explain the entire lab work or the entire lab manual. Tell me exactly what expected to do. Right. Okay, so I can help summarize the key type of information here. So circuit implementation, implement a circuit. Okay, so he explains it to you, breaks it down for you. Okay. Governance theorem, calculations. Okay, you remember all these things. Yeah. Data tabulation. I think that the 100s here are doing this currently. So yeah, that's exactly what's going on over here. Okay. So now let's move to the next one. Okay, so okay. Right. So let's ask help with the lab report. So please help with the lab report. And to give it to you. Right. So let's wait. Now I can certainly help guide you on how to structure the lab report. Okay, here's what to include. I think if you ask it for the exact thing, it won't help you, right? To like generate the exact lab report. Yeah, I think it will just tell you that I can only give you the outline, but we'll try it on beginners. So title page, title of the experiment, your name, course code, can follow it. Briefly explain the purpose of the experiment. You see, uh, and yes, that's to submit. I think at time the teams were like they didn't see people, they don't like paper, so they always submitting it online, right? Um, so that one you have to be careful of copywriting. Don't call it something. I can't write the entire lab report for you, but I can help you with specific sections or provide guidance on how to write them. Right? So if you share your data or any specific Okay. Uh, Sorry about. Um, so let me share my screen. Uh, what's- so how does yeah? So I think we're here, right? I don't know where we post. Uh, so now please, you know where you were. Okay, so you, I don't know where is. Let me stop. Let me check something. Okay, just we need to continue. So you let me start from when I came here. Okay, so settings. So I think I don't know if we went through this. I don't know if you saw this. I think if you when it's stop right. So we've done with the background. We've done the background activity analytics sources, actions, contacts, connect, and settings. Right. So now settings you can do here. Hi, what can I help you with? Then yeah, asking if you guys can see which so okay. Sana, please, what can you see? Let me stop presenting so that Sana, please, what can you see?
I can't see the screen, like your demonstration on your laptop. I can't see that one, but I can just see you.
Oh yeah. Um, so I'm come to start. I've stopped presenting. I'm come to present so that you tell me if you can see. Then you tell me. And if there's any points, I drop out then you inform me. I'll share my
Okay.
entire screen so I can move around easily. You can see now.
No, I can't
Can you see
see.
now?
No,
I'm not showing my face. I'm just showing the this one.
I can't
Can you
see
see?
the demonstration. No, I can't see.
Um, it's can you see now? Oh, okay, I think I see the issue now.
It came for a while and went. Hello, Esley.
Hello, yeah. Can you see?
Yeah, I can see now.
Okay. Yeah. You can still see, right?
Yes, I can see.
Alright. They said I was at where we were uploading the where I was uploading the lab.
Yes, you just submitted before you went off.
Okay. So we've uploaded the lab like this. Right? So maybe you do it. You've trained the agent already. I think you can retrain. Yeah. Some of them, some tools require you to pay before you can retrain. I think you can retrain multiple times. Now sometimes you can upload more documents. But I was like, don't upload too many documents because if you upload multiple documents, sometimes it can confuse the chatbot. So to relate it to a specific task, just leave it to do just one thing. Okay. Good night. So here you can share what you have. Okay. You come to share, you can copy, and then you can come and paste it here. And now you can ask the questions. Okay. Hi. Right. To reply to. We tested something out. We asked a different lab work, right? But then we can work with the lab work, right? So let's ask the questions. I think I'm not taking you through that one. So let's ask the questions about the lab. So let's see. Can you explain the lab to me? Over here, you didn't give me any limitations. You just asked it to explain the lab manual to you. So you don't want to give it to you. Okay. So this is explaining the lab manual to you. Tolerance, theorem calculations, results tabulation. That's all. So when you're done, you can ask it, can you help with the lab report? Right? Okay, so I can certainly help guide you on how to structure your lab report based on the task outlined in the lab manual. Here's a suggested format. So lab report structure, title page, objective, materials and equipment, procedure, results. It's the same format is they're giving it to you, right? So that is the way it is. Okay. So it's that simple. Okay. So you can ask your unrelated questions like who was the first president, like first president of Ghana, right? First president. So who was the first president of Ghana? That was Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Okay, so it doesn't mean that because you've uploaded a source to it, it can only give you something on that source. It's like when you upload something to ChatGPT, you train ChatGPT on the document you've uploaded to it, and then ChatGPT in turn gives you information related to that task, right? So this is your own personal chatbot. You can upload it to your website. You can upload it to different things. WhatsApp, let's say a group. So I talked about Notion, right? You upload it to this one, this one. This one. I think it's on the other side. Let me see if it's on settings. I don't hear. Let me see. I think I taught you how to name it, right? So the name will be here. So just come to settings, general, then we name the lab assistant. Okay, you can give it any name you want. Then you have to save it. And I think there's something wrong. I think it's that there's network issue, so it's not letting me do a lot of things. But then what you should do is you can also delete all the conversations. Okay, and then this action is not reversible. You can also delete the agent itself. Now you cannot create another AI agent. How's the name? These are agents, but they are chatbots, so don't worry. Don't be scared of that. We are yeah, it's fine. Okay, you cannot create another chatbot if you have not deleted this one because this particular tool you can only create one at a time. So if you create one, you need to delete this one before you can create a new one. Other than that, you will not be allowed to create a new one. Okay, so sources activity playground. Okay, so upload yeah. So yeah, so I was talking about validation. So the website you can incorporate this chatbot into a website like the way there's AI in the Instagram learning platform, right? And then you can import it to Notion. Okay. So if you send it to Notion, you and your Notion group members use it. They're like you can easily be different group members. Okay. Uh, text files. I think that's just it. So now let's try and see if we can create. So this allows us. You see, I pressed new agent. Now, see, I'm trying to press new agent. Okay. Okay. It's new agent. Okay. So if you press new agent, it means yeah. So you can create a new one. But now let's go into internet. Let's see what happens. Okay. So you just confirm the name of assistant. Then you delete it. Okay. So we are deleting it. When you're done, we'll go and try and see if we can recreate it and use it again. Let's see if I can do something different. Switch out. Save. Okay, so yeah. So why wait? Let's see if we can get started with something else. this. Going back in this. Mm, okay. So for that, I guess on network issues simplified. Alright, so it has come. There's it. So you just press the first name that comes simplified here. So that's it about what's the name? You can send it here and ask it different questions as well to answer you nicely. You can delete it. Once you delete it, you can re-download it. So when it comes, then we'll delete it so that you can show you how. I'll show you what exactly I'm talking about. Let me refresh the page and see. So let's see. I think the issue is that that's not fully reflected. Yeah. Okay, agent deleted. Nice. So agent deleted successfully. That's this Chatbase we are still in, right? We'll go to simplified after this. Uh, so now that you've deleted the agent, it's empty, right? So you can go to new agent again. Then you start the process. Okay. So that's simply the way it works. You can keep deleting your chatbots after you're done using them. Okay. You can't maintain them. The only way to have multiple chatbots like this is if you pay, like yeah, you subscribe. Because if you're not ready to pay, then you just keep deleting after using it. Okay. So you see it works. So yeah, you can send it to a friend or something. So I'll put it, I'll copy the link and then after the lesson I'll put it in the page. So you yourself, you can just test it out. You can open it and then you see that it actually works. Okay. So now simplified AI. So you just type it simplified AI. It will come like this. Okay, then let's press the first link. So let's sign up. All right, sign up with Google. You can sign up with Facebook or with email, whatever you feel comfortable with. I'll use Google sign up and then it will come. It's actually very nice. The interface, like, this is a nice logo. It's leave it is. It's nice. You can make it white, like so it wants to guide you on it. So this quick tutorial. So welcome to simplify. This tutorial will guide you through the basics of using the. Let's get started. Next. So here you can create. Okay, you find shortcuts for creating. So to creating all types of content, social posts, presentations, designs, videos, articles, and more. So simplify is actually very good. It can do so many different things. So if you know how to use it and use it very well to help you. Then it's with chatbots and other different kinds of things. Showcase features. Here we show our core and new features. Use this space to quickly create and publish your content and to discover newly released features. Okay. So empower collaborations we get to work together. So different people working on a task. Okay. Not just one person. So you don't have to be the only one using this chatbot or using a specific place. So it's like you can do a lot of things. So I think you yourself, if you keep using it, you appreciate it a lot better. So after today, you don't just like drop it somewhere. At least once in a while, you can just pass by, practice it. And I think if you really know how to use this thing, well, one day you'll be like, hey, it's very good. You can AI image to video. I mean, come on, text to image. It's very good. So you pay for it to get a better deal. But then if you don't pay for it, you can do something. But then it won't go high. That's just the way all these tools work. Okay. I think there are few tools that give you things just for free, like the whole package. So I think those tools they use the ads to make their money, like the way Facebook does. I think Google, yeah, Google uses ads. That's how it makes a lot of money. And initially, that's how it started. I think right now, I don't know if they've changed their system. So Um, okay, so let's go to. So right now we have this like okay, let's just explore. Okay, we have AI workflows, overview, workflows, template, AI agents. Now the AI agent, as I said, there is a difference between the chatbot and the AI agent. Okay, but when you come to these tools, they usually label it as AI agents. Okay, so let's just open it up and see what it gives us. Okay, so what we have here. So you just have different AI agents. So any of these ones, if you want to use them, you have to pay. Yeah. And yeah, that's how it is. You use agents. Agents is being cloned. You have to pay them for them. But I think yeah, some of them like these ones, Cloud, I mean you can use it free, right? So you have to pay. So if you want to pay, you can pay. This one too, I think it has a price. So this one thousand means you have thousand credits. You can just keep using it till your credits expire. Something like that. So Clara, right, Shell's companion. Clara has already been created. She already exists. Maybe they've already given her something, but then we want to do something else with it. Clara, right? So let's go and start from like create from scratch. I think it will give you a better perspective. Let's delete this one. Again, you can't create again unless let's try new agent. You can't, right? Because I think you need to pay. Yeah, this thing. Yeah, choose plan. If you don't pay, you can't go for it. So you need to pay. Okay. You can create one at a time. So I think most of them that's how they are. So let's delete Clara. Okay. Clara is maybe a next thing. If you have got Clara, I'm sorry. Okay, so new agent. So this is where I went. So first when you open it, you just go to AI agents over here. Right? So let's go back. I think. So boom. Uh, okay, so you came to AI workflows, right? There are different ones. Simplified AI. I think you can even use this AI agent, AI generator. Yeah. So different ones, templates. So simplified AI agent. Okay. You come here, you see different AI agents and stuff like that. Okay. So my AI agents. Okay. This is explore. This is my AI agents. When you come to my AI agents, you can create new agents. Okay. So over here you can create from template, something already exists, generate with AI, or so you use AI to generate content from your agent. Okay. So it's not just your chatbot that's actually working, but a different AI. Then here you can start from scratch. Okay, so let's start from scratch. Let's see how it is. So let's name my agent. So let's see heart rate. So let's see if we can use it to do something we want it to do, right? Heart rate. Alright, or heart rate chatbot. Let's name heart rate. Or heart rate bot. Yeah, I think heart rate bot is nice. So then you create. Now it has come. What do you do? So okay, so now heart rate bot. You can give it a description to notify different trends or monitor my heart rate. Okay, different trends, heart disease, or heart disease, monitor my heart rate. Okay, I think you can save info. Yeah, update it. It's fast. Okay, so in the past, I had a different setup. In the past, there would be questions here that you give it questions and then it made it easier, right? But right now, I think right now it's better. It's an easier setup. So let's just modify it and see how it is. So personality, okay. So I just want to answer on replay, but you can't change it because you've not paid. If you pay, you can modify it. So all these things, sometimes they want you to pay with money. So they'll make you see it, but you can't use it. So you have to pay. So maybe I want my answers to be concise. I mean, I like my answers concise, right? So I'm concise, saving food. Yeah. Yeah, just personalizing it. Okay, how you want it to look like. Professional, informal, optimistic, pessimistic, joyful, sad, sincere, critical, fearful, happy. Okay, joyful. And everyone likes joyful stuff. So I say it's joyful, and then I think let's see. Let's go to appearance. So this is how it's going to look like generally. So, that's how it look so the blue like this. So let's see. Let's see. I draw today. So I think uh, the title here is AI bot. So you can just see it's AI bot. And let's make it accurate bot. Ask me any question. Feel free, John. So yeah, you can type your message. I think this one's our standard stuff. Like type your message here. So let's see. So over here you can change the avatar. You see this thing over here. This was here. So let's go and look for. Let's go and change the avatar. Okay. Maybe it's hat. So what about so hat? So yeah, let's use this one. Let me save it to text. Yeah, let's save it. Let me save it. Okay. I think I saved it to that. So now let's go to update desktop hat. Uh, yeah. So it's going to come. Yeah, so it has come updated. So now look at it. Hat. This is nice. Yeah, so you just customize it. Let's see this color. Let's update our color. Wait, okay, no, there's a button. So color. I think something reddish. Right? I think generally it's fine. So it's red now. Okay, so you can just change it any way you like. Okay. Uh, button image, I don't have anything for it. So let's just. Mm, you can change the language too. Okay, French, anything. Like, let's maintain it in English. Then I think that should be good. Yeah, let's see this one. Let's see. So and then when it comes, it should come like, "Hi John, how may I help you today?" Yeah. Training. Yes. So training. Now heart rate. What can we do? Let's see. Heart disease. Let's find a website on heart disease, and then yeah, Mayo Clinic. And they post these things. So let's just get a link. Then I think you can enter URL. Then you can train it. Okay. I think this one you know what you have to pay. Let's check and see if you can just retrain for free. So different tools, different setups, different modes. I think with the Chatbase, I remember seeing a URL right here. Yeah, it's mainly PDFs that you just upload, right? But over here, you can use PDF and URL. But since we've already tested the PDF with the Chatbase, let's try the URL this time and see. So you can get a link online. You see over here, you see a lot of information about this. So we can ask you some questions about this. And it will take it, it will derive from here because It will use the information you've trained it on and give you the answer, but not necessarily right here because it already has knowledge on its own, right? So you can just modify it and give it something nice. Okay, so training successful. So let's see if you can retrain. Pay. Yes. So go ahead, John. Go ahead and feel free, John. I think I remember when we did this, right? Yeah, question type here. Heart rate bot. Yeah, this is nice. Yes, I can raise the button. Then, so yeah, it's nothing. So we've trained it. Skills. Let's check the skills. I think skills you have to pay. Yeah, yeah. So use data. You can now see as we that's the list of users. Conversations. Okay. So with the conversations, you get access to those who have used it. Okay. So right now, this is my IP address. This is my email account. Yeah, so this is you can see those who have used it, what the questions they asked. Yeah. So the chatbot is your own. So it's not about privacy. You gave it to the person, right? So I think there can be some issues over there. Now you've done it, you've designed it, you've given it what you wanted to give it to, what you wanted to give to it. You say you've designed it the way you wanted, right? So now let's share. Just like the other one, okay. So copy. Now let's open here. So instead of hi John, you can be like hi team. You see that? Yeah. So let me see if I start it different. This how to look like. I think it's still the same. Right? So this okay. So hi John, how may I help you? Right. This is a different email account. So it comes the way it should come, standard. Okay. So I could have changed it to maybe hi team. So let me do it hi team. Because if you send it to different people in a team, you might not know the exact thing. So let's try changing it and see these conversations. Okay, so personality, wait, personality, appearance. Okay, so instead of hi John, like hi team, they work in a team. Okay, teams they work to get desired output, like a specific group. Okay, groups are usually just randomized to working together. Okay, so I think let's see, save info, saved. Now let's see if we have to do this here. Let's update it and see if it works. If not, then means you have to start a new one. Okay, hi team, how may I help you guys today? You can go and change it, but then let's hurry up so that we can finish. Mm, type your message or enter. Okay, so hi, hello, how can I assist today? How are you doing? This one you can ask, no necessary to access it's just a program, of course. You see, the other one to do this, I'm just a program. Yeah, so hey, I'm talking to it, interact. Okay, feel free to ask any question whenever you're ready. I'm here to help. Great. So what did we ask? What did we train it on? Heart disease, right? Okay. What heart disease? So see, heart disease refer to a range of conditions that affect the heart, including coronary artery, arrhythmias, congenital heart defects. So I asked it for concise. You remember that? But normally it would have been a lot. Okay, so let's go and modify it and change it to from concise to standard. And let's see how it gives us the information. Okay, I think it should give us something different. So hi team, how may I help you? Uh, what is this? thinking. Heart disease and complex variety also. So you see, those ones were like one statement. But you see, these ones are more of paragraphs and other stuff. So that signifies that changing the effects will also change, or change modifying the personalities, how it behaves will also change a lot. Okay, you can in instances you can change the tone, how it, so that's the agent tone, joyful. Okay, that's why I was asking you, you feel sad or something like that. So you can change it hypocritical, uh, pessimistic, professional, optimistic, any way you like. Okay, you're in control. So it's something you've created, and you should feel proud. I mean, you've created something. Okay, so you can just modify it. Okay, so how do I know heart disease? Yes. So you tell me whether you have a heart disease to be involved assessing symptoms, right? It gives you symptoms. That's how you know you have a heart disease. So it is dynamic, okay? So dynamic. So it's very good. So it's not, it don't just give you some specific things, but then it gives you different things. So it's similar to, I think, what we have here. Sometimes, yeah. So it's good. So it won't just give you. I remember seeing some of these things over there. So it's very good. Let's ask it how the heart works. So then I think that can be our last question. How does the heart? Yeah, pumps blood, circulate blood. Yeah, pumps acts as a pump to circulate blood throughout the entire body, right? So, yeah, you'll very nice. So that's just it. So it's just generate. So this is a simple chatbot. So this in the field of biomedical engineering, this is it. We created one for basic electronics, right? So you can use it for your lab work. Now you can also upload your slides. Okay. I think here, let's see. Now let's see if we can. So we couldn't create one, right? When we deleted and we were able to create another one. So if you delete this one to you can be you'll be able to create a new one, training. So here is where you drag and drop. Sometimes you can't. So I don't know. You can use it. And then it takes PDF, like it doesn't take PPT. So if you want something, you can just um, you change the PPT to PDF, and then so let's go and see if we can upload something related to, I think, mineral chemistry. Mineral chemistry, give us the slides and PDF. Here, let's see how big it is. Two. Well, that is not good enough because I know it's 2 point something. Let me see if there's anything that's like one or something. Okay, you 2.12. I think it's the smallest. So let's try that one and see if it works. I think it's 2.56, right? And we had already uploaded 33.9 kilobytes. Yeah, so it's uploading. So when it comes, you can just ask it some questions. Okay. Okay. So train. Hey, you have to pay. Let's get ask the questions. Okay. What does like theory of the accident basis? Let's ask it and see if it works out. Let's refresh it just in case. Uh, that's it's like three of the assets. Do this lecture. Slides. So something like that. Okay. I'm sorry, but I can't find speaking English on the site. Yeah. So I think we couldn't train it because we have to pay. You can't train it multiple times. You can train it once. Now you've uploaded, but you can't train, right? The knowledge base storage used, that's 2 megabytes. So you can upload as big as you want, but you can't train it. Not because it's too small or too big, but then simply because you've already trained once. And if you want to train multiple times, you need to pay. Okay. So that's just it. It's intuitive. So the chat for that's the one I was talking about. You copy it to WhatsApp. I think, yeah, it did. So that's it. So you can just do anything you want to do. with all these things. I think so, yeah. So I think we are done. We're done. Yeah, so that's how to create a chatbot. So you can create an engineering-based chatbot, share with your friends. Okay, you just share. Simply just press here, share, and then copy, paste, send to your friends, and then you can all have access to that chatbot and ask different questions. Even with this one, we didn't ask it. If I think this, let's see if it looks. It's not something you uploaded, but then it's based on ChatGPT 4. So we expect it to know what. As of July 2025, the current president of Ghana is Nana Addo Dankwa. So you see, it's yeah. As I said, they make mistakes. Don't believe everything they give you, but then they know some stuff. I'm sure. You can at least, what was the first president of Ghana? Right. Of Ghana was Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. Yeah. So it's great. It's not bad. You to give the information, try and recheck the answers. Though. At some point, as you keep training, retraining on good information, at some point, you see that it becomes very good, and you no longer need to use any other or maybe checking all the time. So you watch movies like the Avengers or Iron Man, you see he had Jarvis. Okay, so I think Jarvis was some AI agent because when you tell it to do something, it could do it. Okay, it could get the systems, that kind of thing. So it's an AI agent, more of a chatbot. It's a chatbot, but then more of an AI agent, not a chatbot. Okay, so there are different kinds of chatbots, different kinds of agents, okay, different kinds of generative AI. So you have ChatGPT, which is both a generative AI and a chatbot. So all these ones are good. But then you can use this to create an engineering task and use it for anything you want to do. Okay, so yeah, I think I'll end here. And, so, uh, yeah, so I think that's it. Yeah, so I'm seeing, yeah, wonder how sad works. Yeah, so you can try it. Okay, so yeah, just so you try it and just see how it works, and then so you can explore. Right now you're done. Okay, maybe you don't have anything to do. Next 5-10 minutes, explore, see how it will give you different things. You can upload your slides to it. Okay, just upload one slide, ask the questions about it. It will go into detail for you. Okay, yeah, to work. If you have any questions, you can. I think you can see the Isa president, or you can just be texting the yeah. Then we can connect. Yeah, then we can connect. Then you give me my number. You can text, and then I can guide you through anything you need. Okay. So I think that's it. Thank you all very much for joining, and then those who will hear in the future. So I'm sorry about the temporary lapse. I think you guys couldn't hear. I think there were some issues. We'll try and uh, get it right next time. Okay. Uh, so I think I'm not seeing any questions or anything like that. So if not, I think that's all. So have a good evening.